USFL has decided that they are going to make a comeback in 2022. Now, for those of you who don't know what the USFL is, it was basically like the old. They kind of used it like a minor leagues for the NFL. I know Doug Flutie played in the USFL for a little bit. I don't know why these leagues keep trying to come back. You're not the NFL. You're not going to get the support of the NFL. It's not going to work. It's just not. I mean, unless the NFL allows its players to go play in these leagues in the off season, it is not going to go anywhere because you don't have the same talent that they have in the NFL. It's not going to be as fun. If anything would have worked, it would have been the XFL because it was a gimmick and there were different rules, and if that would have caught on, it would have been a different story. But to just go out there and try to play another form of football, I mean, let me ask you something, Wyatt. Who won the Canadian Football League championship last year?
I couldn't tell you.
The Blue Bombers.
Yeah. And they've been around for a long time. They've been around for a long time. Like, it doesn't work. So I don't understand why these leagues keep trying to come back.
No, I mean, and I'm kind of piggybacking off what you said here, Combs. Unless if you make it where it's some sort of a farm league, I don't even know if you allow the NFL players to play in it if it would still gain traction because none of them would go. The money's going to be less, the viewership's going to be less, the fame's going to be less. Nobody's going to want to go play in that. So unless if you do where it's like a baseball or unless if you do where it's like a farm league situation where you've got like the G League, you've got like minor league baseball. Unless if you do something like that, it's just not. It's not going to work.
What if you use it like winter ball in baseball? You know what I mean? Like,
but they've
you
tried
got guys
that.
I've seen guys like Wilson Contreras go and play in the Caribbean League in the off season because he wanted to work on his swing. I've seen, you know what I mean? So I've seen big name players go and play winter ball. What about like a third string guy? What about an Alan Lazard who was coming off an injury and wants to get more reps and see more passes and see more game action and become a better receiver? What about a Darnell Mooney out of Chicago? What about any third string wide receiver who wants to make a play at being a first string wide receiver and see more reps and get more playing time?
What was that like 2 years ago that they came up with? It was like was it the AFL? Is that what it was?
No, the AFL is the indoor league. So you are thinking of the spring football league that is still happening right now, and it is the AAF or something like that.
AAF,
really?
yeah, something like that.
It's still going?
But,
yeah.
No, they canceled it. They canceled it like after its first. They didn't even get all the way through their first season, and they canceled it.
I just watched a game on ESPN like two weeks ago.
No, there was another league he's talking about. And I know what you're talking about.
It happened like 2 years ago, and
it folded like 4 games into its season.
Yeah, they played like 4 games. Everybody was hyped about the first game. Football in the spring. Everybody watched it, and then it just died. I don't know what it is. Everybody loves football, but it just doesn't. Right? What is it?
Andrew Luckdad was the president of it.
Yes. That's exactly what it was. Yeah. So they try this league, and it folded after like 4 weeks. Like, I don't know what it is. Everybody loves football, and they wish for football back as soon as it's over. But football doesn't work like that. It's not the way that it is. I appreciate that very much, Javier. But that's just not the way that football works. You can't, unless if it's the NFL, you can't play it in the spring. It's just not how it goes. Nobody wants to pay to watch mediocre players play. I hate to say that.
So that is false. We do watch mediocres play, but that is in college. And the reason why these leagues like the USFL, the AAL, the XFL, they all ultimately fail is because they don't have the backing from the NFL. It is simple as that. Like the reason why these other leagues, flourish is because they need that minor league system because those players don't have to go to college for 3 years to make it to the NFL. The reason why there is no football minor league system is because a college football player, if you want to go into the NFL, you have to be 3 years removed from high school to even be eligible for the draft. That is why there will never be a minor league system in the NFL that is successful. I mean, I could possibly see the XFL being, semi successful, but you are not going to be making billions of dollars like these NFL teams are. You'll be barely breaking even at the end of the day with proper sponsorships and that kind of
Well, and
thing.
the only reason why I
100%.
think the XFL might gain some traction is because of what you guys have mentioned too. You know, they changed up some of the rules, and also, you know, if you make it more of like, you know, tied into necessarily the WWE rather than, you know, like how it used to be when Brahm got on there and he was like, "Is this football? Is this, you know?" Ask, remember that, you know, those old clips or whatever. If you make it, you know, more of the WWE, I think you'll gain some traction and you'll have some people watch because of that.
That is why it failed the first time, is because we were all expecting like power bombs and suplexes and shit like that, and like all these big ass hits, and then we just saw this high school level
you get more
JV
of that in arena.
Yeah. I mean, face it here, Wyatt. When the XFL first came out, like 2003 or whatever
Something
it was,
like that, yeah.
they built up all this stupid ass hype, and they didn't even have teams lined up yet. Everything was fundamentally flawed about the
like
XFL
last year,
the first time
like right
around.
before COVID.
I've always thought that instead of the coin flip, the NFL should have adopted the XFL's way of doing a coin flip, where they all just rush after the football
until somebody gets a concussion and dies and tears a ACL. Like, yeah, that's great.
Well, I like
I don't
what they
care
did though. They lined them
who
up
gets
side by
the
side
ball.
like this. They lined them up side by side like this and made them run toward it, not toward each other. If you do that you'll kill somebody doing that. But if you make them run like this toward the ball and
it's a race
you
to the
land on
ball.
them side by side, I think that's a great idea. I think that
you
right
as
there
a Kansas City Chiefs fan should love that fact, because all you gotta do is you don't even have to line up anybody. Just put Tyreek out there.
Exactly.
Apparently, Tyreek Hill isn't the fastest player in the NFL anymore. There's some guy from the Ravens that says claims he's faster. I forget who.
Oh God.
Was.